Well, we derailed. I do that quite often, but we got some body work started, almost finished. It was pretty easy. Whoever welded the bolts in and ground them off did a really nice job. So we don't have to put too much in the time for body work. So I'm getting the airbags on it now, mocking fenders up, doing this, doing that. Kind of a little bit of everything, but I'm gonna flip the camera out and show you kind of where I'm at. Okay, so third and final coat just to fill some pinholes of body filler. And let me tell you, that's not that thick. It's pretty thin. We actually there was 2 bolt holes up here. We actually shaved those too. So that's a little bit of work trying to get around that hanger and not be able to see what we did there. But I am mocking some shift fenders up. We got brackets everywhere. Brackets laying over here by the drive shaft. We got some more brackets over here by the pressure washer. But for the most part, the fronts are on, as we can see. They're all leveled. I took and put a bar across. That's why that is there. There. Now we know we can compare side to side. Everything's straight, if you get what I'm saying here. So went ahead and did that, but I'm like, well, I'm getting ahead of myself here, so I've got to put airbags in it and get it sitting down on the airbags. So at this point, we're putting airbags in it. I got the 2 front ones to do yet, but then we can get it off the jack stand and get it sitting on its own wheels. The plan is, because we've got so much stuff in here, well, there's a bunch behind Kenny's truck too, but I want to get some primer on that because I've got to leave for a week. So that's the best thing for that. Is just let that primer sit and let it do its thing. Let it dry. Don't touch it. Give it time. It won't shrink. That's a body work term. Basically, you sand all the primer off after this. If you rush it, all your sanding scratches will come back through the primer and show up in your black paint. Black is very picky, so we're just gonna give it some time. That's the best thing for it. But getting back on it, I squirreled again. We made a mess. So I'm gonna get this thing pushed out that door, and I wanna put some primer on outside, not in here, no. There's really no overspray, it's so thick, but it'll just be nicer to do it outside rather than get paint on my floor. I don't want to do that because we all know paint, after you spray it, a little bit overspray it does, falls down. So we're going to get on this nice clean floor and I don't want to do that. All right, well, I'm going to get it buttoned up, get it outside. What do you think? Well, welcome back. It's been a while. I ain't gonna lie. There's a reason when I post videos, I know it's for you guys. You're into it, watching it, but real time here. It's been 3 months before I could work on this thing since the last time. Obviously, I think I left off on fender brackets. I don't know. I got busy, so we're just gonna kind of bring you back up to speed because to a point I'm lost. Where we left off. So I did get the truck moved back into where we're gonna actually paint it. I've got some small pieces prepped, ready for paint. My dad's been helping me out. It's Christmas break, so everybody's home. Grateful for that. He's been here helping, kind of get me, in the mood, so to speak, to get this thing painted. So, excuse me. I've got a bunch of stuff to move in the shop so I can get this curtain pulled. But there again, want to bring you up to speed where we're at. I do have had a coat of primer on here, had it on forever, did that a while back, 3 months, 4 months ago. So it's been sitting, which is great. That's what we want. When you rush primer that's when you get your sanding scratches, and while your primer shrinks is what happens. So it pulls everything through it. We shouldn't have any of that. And the reason being I've been so patient is because it's black. It has to be perfect. You're going to see every little defect in it. So I want it absolutely perfect. I did go ahead yesterday and sanded off some of the primer, just flattened everything out. I brought the bodywork pretty close, and we sprayed the primer over it, obviously. And the primer is going to fill the rest of it, and we're there, but not. It needs another coat. After we get that other coat on it, we can get a nice uniform surface. I think we're ready. We're ready to throw some paint on. It'll look good. I assured the customer, it's going to look pretty nice, and it has to, quite frankly. So, anywho, we do have the frame for the most part scuffed. I've got a little bit of primer I want to put up here just to fill some spots. These fifth wheel brackets, they do rust. They do get craters in them, so to speak, but it's hard to get those out, but I'm going to try a little bit with a couple coats of primer along with this. I've got to do it anyways. So we did have all the fender brackets on. We removed those, took them into powder coat. I've got a good friend in town here that does powder coating. We powder coated the drums, all the fender brackets. They're just going to hold up better. The fender brackets are actually going to go back on the frame before we paint, so everything's all covered in one coat. But the drums are actually done, ready to go. That powder coat's going to hold up a lot better than painting the drums. Heat and whatnot kind of gets the paint. So we got a drive shaft to get in yet. All the rest of them are in except for this one here, so I've got to lift that in yet. And that's not extreme dire need, but I've got to get the truck taped off, at least for the most part. Primer is not so bad, but when we paint, this room's just going to be full of overspray, so I want to get that out, but want to make sure we protect the truck. I don't want to have to buff this. I've done that a time or two already on trucks that got overspray on them. Not fun. So we're going to go ahead and get everything taped off the best we can, and that way we can go ahead and this is ready to go. I just got to blow it off and put primer on. So we've got a few spots, bare metal back here. I had to round all this off, and we've got a little bit of body work to do. Not bad, but I want to get some actual etch primer on this, and we'll go from there. The day of, we spray black. I'm actually going to put another coat of etch primer on, like your brake chambers, all that with fresh metal, like all your bolt heads. We want to put a good primer on that, so those are prepped, ready to go. Just waiting for the day, but for the most part, I want to get some primer back here, and then we can put some build primer on this and make it one nice uniform. It's going to be, she's look like a Corvette when it's done. I promise you. So let's go ahead and, I guess, get her going. Right? No use talking. Might as well get it done. So, well, we have ourselves a taped up truck. So now I'm going to go ahead and fix a few spots. I've got a few up here I want to fix. It's hard to see, but I've got all this. I want to prime from basically here all the way to here, cover all that up. I did shoot a little, you could see the fresh paint, a little bit of etch primer on some stuff back on these corners. That's all fresh etch primer. You want to put that down on the bare metal first, so your paint sticks. But we're going to go ahead and get some stuff done. We got everything taped up. I really spent my time on that. Reason being, I don't want any overspray. So I've got some blankets up there just to keep the weight on it. And then obviously some blankets underneath. That way the plastic tears real easy in them corners. So we covered the corners, and we were able to kind of do it a little bit better than we have in the past. So I guess we'll get to painting. Okay, all the fender brackets, all of them are sanded, ready to get painted. And then we've got to put them on the frame, but first I do have everything primed. So I'm gonna sand all that off, make sure we got a nice smooth surface. That's what we want. And then I did touch up a few spots that I was looking at, somewhere around here and all that whatnot. And then we're gonna do a little work up here and stuff. All that has to be perfect, so we're gonna do our best. We're gonna get that sanded off today here. And maybe today's Thursday, maybe Saturday we'll paint, I don't know. We'll just get it sanded and go from there. All right, well, I'm gonna bring you up to speed. Well, I'll just tell you, my OCD got to me again. Couple spots I had to fix on the frame. No big deal. And when I say fix, it'd have been fine, but it's a black frame. It has to be perfect. So I did mix up some primer again, as you just seen. If you could catch it in the time lapse, I mixed up some primer and I had a couple spots here to fix both sides. No big deal. Had a couple here, but this right here was absolutely perfect. She was a Corvette. I mean, it was slick. It looked good. But I just put more primer on this because I put primer on that. So now I got to sand all this off again, but bodywork's done. It's only going to look better, honestly. You know, your luxury car body shops and your collector car body shops and sports cars and muscle cars, whatever. A lot of guys will spray primer on just like I did 3-4 times. Well, this is the third time, I could tell you for a fact. But that's how they get those body jobs, the body work so perfect on them, is by doing this just like I'm doing. I know you guys probably think I'm half nuts by now because it's a truck frame, but I've probably done 200, 250 truck frames in my life. That's what I used to do. I'm pretty good at doing it, but being that it's black, it has to be perfect. This truck I don't know, it's going to go places. It's a nice truck, very nice truck. The guy has plans for it. Not going to really tell you what those are, but the truck is very, very, very nice, and it doesn't pay to just do a mediocre job on this. When he brought it here, to have it done perfectly. So when he picks it up, I want it perfect. So that's what we're doing. So I'm going to sand all this off again today.
Chad Berry,
What?
I haven't been out here in a while. What are you doing?
Do you really want my answer?
Well, I mean,
Contemplating life's choices.
why are you always so negative, Chad Berry?
Because all I do is paint.
Oh, whatever. You're so full of BS. Yesterday we put fenders on, so that's not all you do is paint.
Yeah, there's that. I put fenders on too.
Yeah, yeah.
We got her. We're getting us out of the way.
Yes.
Last day of the year.
It
Next
is.
year I'm gonna work on something else.
Who knows what day we're actually gonna be putting this out there, but it legit is New Year's Eve, and this is what we're spending our day doing. But you know what? We have to get this done.
Yeah.
Poor Hunter has been waiting on us for way too long, right?
Well, it's
But-
been since May. Hasn't been that long.
It's been here before me. It was here
Well,
before.
yeah, but I had a dump truck to work on
Oh,
before
well,
that.
yeah. Yeah. Either way, Chad goes 24/7. And
New Year's resolution. No more fenders. And no more painted frames. Does that work?
yep, we're gonna watch how that works.
Yeah.
Those of you waiting for them square body videos, the frames won't be painted on them because you just heard it. Chad says he's not painting
I'm painting
frames.
frames on those.
Oh, okay, them are
We
okay.
have a square body. It's gonna be, it'll be nice.
It will be. But anyways, so he's getting the motor covered. Everything else is pretty much ready, ain't it?
Yep.
Truck is covered. Sitting up on blocks. And then you got this area. Wow. I cannot wait to see this painted at the end of the day. This rail with the hidden bolts, he's got looking pretty dang good. Fifth wheel from what it was to what it is now. Yeah. Yeah.
Will it work?
Will it work?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I would have to say prep-wise, it's, granted, it's a brand new frame rail, but I would say prep work-wise and everything else, yeah, that's probably one of the better looking
Yeah.
rails before you paint, ain't it?
Has to be. It's not mine.
Yeah.
Remember, everybody else's stuff looks nicer. than
Oh,
mine.
here we go. Here we go. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, well. Well, we'll let you finish
All right.
doing that. Then we do have all the other parts. Airbags are ready. I'll be honest, that's the only thing I helped with. I have been in the office. Chad's been doing all this, and his dad helped sand a lot of this. So thank you, Rick, if you're watching. Came home over Christmas and helped a lot. But we're ready to roll.
I don't care. If the bars close at 3 a.m. and we're done at 2:45, we're going for a drink. How's that sound?
I was finishing stuff in the house before, and I was thinking we might see midnight tonight because we might still be up painting.
Yeah. There's that. There's that.
Oh well. All right, we'll let you get after it.
Hey guys, welcome back. I am done. We got ourselves a finished product, so turned out pretty good. I will say I am impressed. It takes a lot to impress me, especially when I do it myself. I'm my worst critic, but I can say this, it turned out pretty nice. Let me flip the camera around and I'll show you. Here we are. I will just run over it with you here. You can see that reflection. There's very little orange peel in it, which is pretty impressive. The rest will pull itself out, but shouldn't have to do a thing. I don't see any runs. I don't see anything. I really like these PPG products. I'm using a Delfleet 1 paint and then clear also. Tyler from Vanderswag Customs got me hooked on this stuff, and thank you, Tyler. I gotta say it. You the man. But boy, this stuff just, it's like a mirror. Man, oh man. Hunter is going to be happy. See how straight that is? That's where your prep work comes in. And I encourage you, if you see this truck at a truck show in the future, look at it. Tell me what you think. It is straight.
All right, guys. Well, Chad,
I
what do you think of that frame?
that it was pretty nice.
It turned
out.
it turned out.
I think the prep work and the extra steps we took, I should say, that did a lot. You know, it's a little bit of experience, but your prep work goes a long ways. And the frame's gonna look pretty nice done when it's all
Yes.
put together.
Yeah, looks good already.
So
So, well, hope you guys enjoyed this video.
yeah,
Time to assemble this thing and get it out of here, right?
yeah, it's time. It's been sitting here long enough to. Hunter probably wants it.
I would say.
So
All right, guys, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, and watch for more. See ya
ya.
on the next video.